Please welcome man and Panna to the show.
Thanks.
How you doing? How you doing, man?
I'm blessed.
Thanks for being here, big brother.
Good
Good to have you. Now, man, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers? Let them know who you are.
Well, my name is Panna, hail from Kingston, Jamaica. You know, glad to be here at Afrotainment TV with Samy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, how long have you been? How long have you been involved in this business, the music business?
Well, it's been quite a while. It all started out in early school, and when I was going to school, and we have Licker Kirk, who was like the lead singer. Okay. He was the main one at the time, you know. And then we would start knocking the bench, making a rhythm, and Kirk would sing, and crowd gather around, and you know, it was interesting at the time. So
that was in school, right?
That was in Marvel Elliott School, where I live. That's where I'm from.
So you guys did it in class. You was kind of like troublemakers in class,
yes.
You know.
It was well, it was at the time when we were on break.
Okay.
You know, when we on break, and you know, sometimes things is a little bit down, you know, but whenever the little it's like a little concert at the time.
Okay.
So you would get a 25 cents or 15 cents, and that could take
really.
You somewhere. It could maybe give you a
I
lunch
know,
for
right?
the day, you know?
You was already a hustler back then, right?
Yeah. I started out right there, and then you know, we pursue. You know, people encourage us to pursue a career out of it, and you know, I mean,
absolutely.
we're music man, so that's what we do, you know.
Okay. Now, growing up, who was your favorite artist to listen to when you was growing up in Jamaica, Kingston?
Well, of course, I have to say Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, and Jacob Miller, and Burning Spear. Those are the guys with like the older, you know,
right?
What carry reggae music. But like I said, Licker Kirk, you know, was still one of my favorite. You know, still is my favorite. You know.
Okay.
But you know, those are the guys who were there setting the trend.
Okay. Okay. Now, during your career, you was involved in a lot of groups. I'm not sure how many groups it was, but it looks like you were part of Shocking Vibe crew. Can you tell us about that?
Well, what happened is it's the same Licker Kirk again become co-owner of the Shocking Vibes crew with Patrick Roberts. And then as a classmate and growing up now and still interested in the music, of course we have a band together. So, you know what I mean? I was just there with the Shocking Vibes crew.
Okay.
But I didn't sign to the Shocking Vibes crew. So.
And that's actually where you met Tony Rebel, right?
Well, being at a Penthouse recording studio at 56 Slipe Road with the Shocking Vibes crew hanging out, that's where I met Tony Rebel.
Okay.
And from meeting Tony Rebel, it is a different trend again for me, because that's where I leave to go now and be a part of the Flames group, built by Tony Rebel, and you know, consists of a lot of artists like Rash Shiloh, you have Shanty Plus, you have Ken Serious, you have Utan Green, Honeycomb, Sugar Black Lebankole.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's where the whole Lala Bella.
Okay, Lala Bella now.
Right.
And we're going to talk about that, Lala Bella, the CD that you put out. Now, you was actually as a member of the Flame for 10 years, right?
Yes.
And that's where you came out with a single, Black People Unite, on the Lala Bella.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that single?
Well, it started out by just taking a friend of mine to the Flames headquarters.
Okay.
That friend of mine now, he have a keyboard. So I always practice by his place. So I told him that day, let us go by the headquarters, you know?
Okay.
So I went over there, and I always carry a little tape recorder with me. You know, in the early stage, you want to make sure if you have a lyrics or you catch a melody,
you got to put it down. Yeah.
So I went over there, and he were strumming the chords. So I was just start singing like, them no want to see black people unite.
Okay.
So I dropped that on tape.
Okay.
Shanty Plus were there, and he pitched in 2 lines, tired of the West Indies.
Okay.
And we had that on tape for like 3 years.
Wow.
Before Steve Lindo.
Okay. Now, who is Steve Lindo?
Well, Steve Lindo is a writer.
Okay.
Who penned songs like Ghetto People song for Everton Blender, Are You Satisfied for Rash Shiloh, even helped me co-write finished Black People Unite.
Okay,
Helped
okay.
co-write Shanty Plus Tide of the West Indies. So he have a lot to
Okay,
do.
okay.
Oja was written by him with Sugar Black and Leban Collect.
Okay.
So he had a lot to do with the Lalabella rhythm by writing songs to it.
Okay.
You know, and like I said, 3 years later, Tony Rebel take it up and we went to the Penthouse recording studio where he used the Firehouse crew
Okay.
to play live, play back the track live.
Okay.
And I was the first one, you know, which that was a great privilege for me. I was the first one to bless the rhythm
Okay,
with Black
okay.
People Unite.
Now,
Rest
man,
is history.
what I mean, if you have to put yourself in you know, to put yourself, how would you characterize your kind of music, the kind of music that you do? Because I know there's lovers rock, there's all this and that.
Yes.
What does Man of Panna do?
You see, it's for culture.
Okay.
Meaning, we have from ska, mento, rocksteady to come to reggae. Now we are in the dancehall era.
Okay,
You
that's
know?
true.
So it's the whole thing is a part of our culture. But for me, music have no limit, no boundary.
Right, right.
If I get the privilege to sing jazz right now, I do that.
But what would be your preference, like as Man
Well,
of Panna?
it's the authentic reggae music. But like I said, where it is right now, you still have to work with it. So if there's a crossover beat, as long as I'm singing the message, as long as it can carry the message, then I'm gonna do it. But
Right.
the authentic reggae music is what we intend to, you know what I mean, keep, you know,
Push it.
doing. Yeah,
Absolutely.
because that is the root of the music.
Okay. Now you've been on tour a lot, also, especially in the U.S. and also in England, right?
Yes, I travel a little bit.
Now, how was that experience? What's the difference between, you know, touring and being in front of up on stage in front of people, and being in a studio? What's different? And which one do you like the most?
In front of people,
Right, right.
you get the energy
Absolutely.
from the people.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when them gravitate to what you're doing or what you're saying. But the studio, to reach out, universal. You know, places
Absolutely.
where you may not ready to go, or places where we maybe not ready for you. You know what I mean? But the music can maybe go open a gateway. So you have to go in the studio and make music.
Right. Absolutely. For
That
people.
is the whole thing, you know. Music.
Absolutely. Now, Man of Panna, you also joined after you know, in a career, you after a while being with a former label that we talk about, you joined the Black Mind family, right? And you released a single with the Reggae Lost called Urgency. You want to talk to us about, you know, the Black Mind family and how did you come about for the release of that song?
Yes, yes. I leave Jamaica for a little bit. I went in New York.
Okay.
While I was in New York, I knew Ragalax, which is a DJ popular in New York.
Okay.
I knew him through Culture Shock record. That's Lanzo from Miami. So,
Okay.
you know, we collaborate together, and then he knew this guy, Richie Roots, which is Black Mind Records.
Okay. Okay.
And we went over there, and Roots hear some of my stuff, and, you know, interested at the time. So we did the collaboration first, and then Roots insists, you know, we take an album. So we do some work.
Right, right. Now, when people think about Man of Panna, what song is the most associated with you? I know Black People Unite is a very good song
Well,
that a lot of
that is,
people
yeah,
like, right?
yeah, that's the one that really give man up on a little name.
Right, yeah, I know, because I know you from that
like
song.
for instance, if
Yeah.
I go somewhere and somebody like, oh, Manapana, I never heard Manapana before, what you sing? I could use that to represent that. As the moment they hear the rhythm or the song, they'll be like, oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. So, you know, but reality, which was produced by Lanzo and the Culture Shock, yeah, well, I get a heavy rotation of that too, especially in Florida, Connecticut, and New York too.
Right. Now, we have a few CDs here that I want you to tell us about. Now, we have the Lalabella CD with various artists that you mentioned earlier. And there's a lot of big names in here that work with you on that CD.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You know, you want to mention, we have Tony Rebel in here,
Yes.
Little Kirk,
Yes.
Sugar Black, you know, Everton Blender. You want to tell us how this compilation came about? How do you guys decide to put it all together?
Well, like I was saying before, Tony Rebel is the mastermind behind it.
Okay.
After 3 years, what work and just a tape, you
Right.
know, So Tony Rebel really bring it to life. He's the one who make it manifest. So the work, you know, could go to the world and people hear it and gravitate to it. Yeah. So Steve Lindo, as again, like I said again, he contribute by writing most of the lyrics to that rhythm.
Okay. We also have another one here, Essence, the best of reggae. That's another compilation with Tony Rebel, always, you know, Garnet Silk, and U-Turn Green. There's a lot of people. Is that the same concept also for this one?
Yeah, let me correct that. It is Aaron Silk, the brother of Garnet Silk,
okay,
but
okay.
it's a Silk still. The whole thing about it, if you observe the CD and the kind of works what we're putting into the CD, the family were together, and it was we have a strong energy. It was a positive vibe all the time, you know. But so things go over the years. Gradually, things kind of fall apart a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right,
Everybody
right.
goes
Do the
solo
same
and
way, yeah.
stuff. Yeah, but
yeah.
whenever we come together, you know what I mean? More power.
Absolutely. And you also have Manna from Zion, Manna Panna. That's one of your CDs. That
Yes.
Was that your first CD? With your first album out?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. This is the first album I do, really.
Okay.
And credit to the Black Mind family.
Right.
Also, you know.
Now, what's Manna Panna up to now? You guys working on the second album? You working on some videos? What's going on right now?
Currently, I'm working on my own independent record label, which is Man and Pan Records.
Okay.
And the next CD I'm put out with Man and Pan is gonna be on the Man and Pan Records.
Okay.
So right now, I'm in the stage of shooting a video with me and Moses, Papa Mo,
okay.
Papa Mo.
Okay, Papa Mo.
Right, we had a track which is Move On, and that track, you know, we're gonna start shoot the first footage like coming up this weekend.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to put out another CD with Manapana, and hopefully the people and with, you know,
absolutely
gravitate to it, and you know, we just keep on doing what we do, what we love best. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, if somebody want to get in contact with you, Manapana, let's say somebody that want to work with you, some producers, how do they get in contact with you?
First, let's check out the email, manafromzion@yahoo.com.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Can do that. Okay.
And you can just drop me any from a comment or, you know what I mean, anything you want. Like I said, manafromzion
Okay.
@yahoo.com.
Okay, good. That's a great place to catch
if anything, you can check out Samy at Afrotainment.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
TV,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for being here, Manapana.
Appreciate it. Man.
Much success, man. Much success.
Looking
And
forward to it next time.
I hope next time you shoot a video, I want to be in the video, man. Because you guys have great dancers from Jamaica.
I'm gonna let the crew know when
absolutely.
I'm ready to
right?
shoot, like I said, soon.
Thank you for being here. That was Manapana Samy Priso Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.